We have 6 or 7 slides.
Okay.
We'll go to the first slide.
Oh, no, you guys didn't.
My goal is to make you feel things when you see these slides. And you just walk me through what you feel when you see the slides.
Okay. Oh boy.
What am I saying?
You are seeing Patrick have a great time at one of my corners.
Okay.
I enjoy being around kids. I enjoy.
Do you do voices when you read a book? Like if like a salamander or a whale is scared.
That's a great idea.
You should be doing voices.
I haven't done that yet, but I will incorporate
into Patrick's
that
corner.
In Patrick's corner. Yeah.
You have to really feel the energy.
Yeah, I got to change it up a little bit.
We're gonna go back a little bit. So the next slide is.
Oh no, you guys didn't.
So, first of all, we have what looks like white jean shorts of some kind. I mean, this is Florida, so the jorts thing is totally defensible.
Oh, this is hilarious.
We've got tight on the sides, high on top.
That's the Drake part before the Drake part.
Sure. That's from afar. I'm seeing pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
How old are you there?
5 to 6.
Okay, so 5, 6 years old. Are you making a decision to play sports? You making a decision to read a bunch of books? What's that life like? Are you watching football? Are you watching basketball?
No question. I was living and breathing football.
Okay.
At this age, I believe this may be the year before I was able to play football. Very early. I was 6 years old playing on a 7 to 8 year old team. And they kicked me off
because
I was too young. They thought I was too old.
Could you compete?
Oh, I scored 4 touchdowns the first game.
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show you the next picture.
Okay.
But this is a particularly great picture. Okay.
That's so close to my heart right there.
So you posted that Dion is like your idol, the reason why you are what you are.
Yep.
There he is with the Thorpe Award and cornerback in general, playing the position. Traditionally speaking, it's not a glory position. It has become much more so, partially, or due in large part, maybe, to Dion.
Right.
Is that something, you mentioned scoring 4 touchdowns. Was it a glory position to you early on, or did it sort of develop into that?
It was kind of a glory position early on and going through the years of playing football, because my dad played defensive back as well. And this guy is actually one that came into one of my decision making to go to LSU, because he was the first one to win this trophy at his university. So I wanted to do some of the same things that he did as well. So he definitely was my idol. He definitely transcended the game into a whole new atmosphere.
Was it I am better at playing defensive back? Was it I need to focus? Or was it just this is what people want me to do, so that makes sense?
Playing defensive back, and I love the game. So I know, I know a lot of history about the game. And when you look at it, defensive backs tend to have a much longer career.
They do.
And
you're the one hitting, not being hit.
Exactly. And I was pretty successful at it, but I was also successful at receiver as well. But then that came to what type of school I want to go to. So once it came down to the nitty gritty, then it comes down to now, all right, the schools who are recruiting me, how they're looking at the depth chart, where they may need someone, and LSU, to me, it was an easy choice because, it wasn't too far away from home, had great tradition. The whole entire secondary was leaving, and it was a winning program. And like I said, they never had a defensive back who wanted Jim Thorpe there, so I was the first to bring one home.
Sure. Was it a difficult choice? I mean, we've got a picture of you actually making that choice. You don't look like super confident in this moment. I gotta tell you. You look like, okay, I've made a decision. I've got a lot of time ahead of me.
I was all about business, and I wasn't even enrolled in the school yet. I just made a verbal commitment.
Right, yeah, this is early January.
Yeah, I told them, I said I will be spending the next couple years at Death Valley, because I had it on my mind to where I wanted to go there, spend 3 years, and get out of there.
That's all business.
All business.
Why 3 years? Did you ever consider coming back for another year? Is that something that weighed on you, or you just felt ready?
I just came off a great season, the second cornerback in NCAA history to win the Bednarik and the Jim Thorpe. Charles Wilson was the first, so that's great company. So I'm kind of a legend right now.
Right.
And I had got my projection of my grade back, which was a top 5 pick.
Yep.
I can't go back to school with that.
Same. Listen, I've been there. What's funny is you mentioned some of the trophies. You mentioned the Thorpe Award, you mentioned the Bednarik Award, and we've got a shot of you while at LSU. There it is. So, one of the interesting decisions that a ton of really, really great players have to make at a certain point is to take it seriously. Was that something that happened? And you mentioned business when you were committing. At what point do you feel like you click to be like, all right, this all needs to happen for me and I'm the only one who can make it happen?
Honestly, day one.
Really?
I kind of had a cheat sheet.
Okay, how so?
I had relatives that went to big colleges, so they kind of, guided me. Brian McFadden was probably the main one who pretty much, gave me, all the proper input that I needed to look forward to while being a college athlete.
Sure. Did you see it around you, the sort of what can happen if you don't prepare?
Well, that goes back to even high school. We always had guys who didn't handle their classwork to do enough to get to college. So I seen it. I saw it at a young age. So I definitely going to LSU, you definitely still see some of those similarities.
When did it click in college? How long did it take for you to feel comfortable in your skin?
It probably got to going into my sophomore season.
Okay.
Because I came in, I think I started probably around the 5th game of my freshman season.
Which is rare. Top team, SEC, this is not a thing that happens all that often. Yeah.
Right. And obviously it was all fast, it was all foreign to me, but after a while, as the season started to progress, as I started to get more coaching, as I started to get more comfortable with the scheme, it definitely slowed down. So I probably have to say going into my sophomore season.
Okay, so you make the decision to come out after your junior year, your current situation. It's a good shot. You're in the NFL, which is somehow even faster than the SEC.
Yep.
How long does it take, because you succeeded pretty quickly. When was the click moment in the league?
The best thing I think happened to me is I played two positions.
Yeah.
So, I had an okay year my rookie year at defensive back, but I succeeded at the punt return to where it gave me confidence for playing defensive back, because I was eager to have an opportunity to get back there on 4th down and to do something special with the ball. So, like I said, it probably clicked maybe somewhere in December.
Okay. Do you like nerding out about football? If you're not playing in a game, do you enjoy watching what other defenses do? Do you watch college games and be like, oh, that's a really interesting way to approach X, Y, or Z? Is that something inside you, or is it just when it has to do with you?
I don't watch much football. I don't watch much TV, but I do watch the LSU Tigers every week.
Okay.
So I do, but to answer your question, no, I don't nerd over football, but I do watch a lot of stuff that pertains to me.
Okay.
And pertains to me getting better. So I watch a lot of film, but I don't die over Sunday Ticket or watching all the college football games.
Do you think about yourself and your place in culture? Do you think about, okay, so I'm a football player, and because I'm a football player, people look at me as a public figure? We see big athletes right here. We see LeBron, Carmelo, Chris Paul. What is your reaction when you see people using those platforms to talk about social issues that mean a lot to them?
It's good to see that. I think that's great for this country. It's great for the game. It's great for all sports to make sure that if something needs to be said, they want to stand up for something, that they use their platform. Muhammad Ali was the greatest at it.
Sure.
He stood up for everything that he believed in.
Definitely.
And you have some other guys following suit.
Is that a conversation you have with other players about how to best go about being public about stuff like this?
Honestly, we had this talk today.
Okay.
Sure. With a couple of my teammates.
How was the talk?
It was cool, but it's a touchy situation. It really is. You can go about it many different ways. At this point, I don't want to say anything that's going to, offend anyone, that's going to put my job or, my status at jeopardy right now. So I definitely, rather think about some of the things before going into some of these interviews.
I think that's good life advice. Think about what you say before you say it. That's probably a way to go. Patrick Peterson, thank you very much for your time. That pose is ridiculous. I've never had a chance to full on do that in an end zone, but listen, I still have time. Good luck this season, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.